We are back on the Morgan Streetman Show, and we need to talk a little bit about a sporting event that took place this weekend, Morgan, because there was something going on there. It was kind of awkward. Talladega. By the way, you remember the movie Talladega Nights with Will Ferrell?
I do.
And John C. Reilly?
I surely do.
I covered that. So I've been to Talladega before.
Well, it's quite the race, and the gentleman that won it, Brandon Brown, he was being interviewed after the race, and I thought this was absolutely hilarious. Boy, you talk about gaslighting people. You remember we told you some about the fire truck Joe Biden chants that are going on at football stadiums, at college games around the country. And it was so funny because as the person is interviewing him after this NASCAR race as the winner, that same chant starts up from the crowd who is clearly within mic shot, and you can hear it. Of course, we can't run the clip for you. You can hear it clear as day coming across the clip, fire truck Joe Biden. And it's so hilarious because the reporter tries to gaslight you and say, they're saying, let's go, Brandon. Let's go. It couldn't be more clear what they're saying. And here she is saying, no, they're saying, let's go, Brandon. And obviously, folks, if you listen to it with your own ears, go dig this audio clip up. If you listen to it with your own ears, they're not saying, let's go, Brandon. And, it's an interesting point, Roxanne. I know people hated Trump. There was a large segment of the population that really hated President Trump. I don't know exactly what size the segment was. I don't know if it was 25%, 50%. I don't know how much percentage, but there were clearly people, and I know some of them, who hated President Trump. But as much as people hated President Trump, I don't ever remember him getting this kind of a reception at a sporting event that he went to. In fact, usually, from what I saw at the sporting events, he'd get a big cheer from the crowd, especially if it was a military sporting event. But I just don't remember this kind of a reception. But this is the man that got 80 million more votes than his greatness, Barack Hussein Obama, more votes than any other person ever in U.S. presidential election history. And yet, remember, he couldn't draw a crowd at a rally that was bigger than about 12. And most of those were reporters standing inside those white circles as he'd jog on down to give his stirring speech. Remember all that? This is the guy that got 80 million votes. Kind of hard to believe when you just look at some of the surrounding facts and you don't just listen to what the media has to say. Thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.